I'm trying to do this in one take. 2017 Kia Soul. This is a base model. It's not about the car, but if you're interested, this is a base model with the 1.6, but it's stick. That's not a manual stick. It has a clutch, a real clutch. Anyway, these right here. This is why I'm out here. I bought these off of eBay. I'll show you how I installed them. These have, here's the bolt right here, okay? These came with the worst instructions in the world. I kid you not. Here they are right here. Look at this. ET464. I guess that's the model number. They're using, the alphabet for the parts. You don't know what that's supposed to mean, since instructions are pretty, nonsensical. It tells you how to take it apart. As far as the installation, I guess, you do everything with your eyes. I mean, it doesn't tell you anything. They give you these bolts. Get away. They give you these bolts right here. These are like 3.75. Get away. 3.75 inches. Well, if you put these in here, these go down about 5/8 of an inch. I kid you not. And you know what's down at 5/8 of an inch? Not not any metal threads that go into something that's attached to the body. No. There's a little metal piece, plastic piece in there. Okay? So if you use this bolt, you're attaching your rack to a little plastic nut and not the body. Yeah. I wouldn't rate it at 50 pounds because if this thing caught wind, it's probably going to rip off with this bolt. It might not seem like it, but on a good day, you catch some wind or, a little too much weight, and it's probably ripped right off. Anyway, so what I was faced with was I realized this, probably one of the reasons they use these ridiculous bolts is if you go over 4 inches, it gets expensive. Like these bolts right here, you could buy these for 79 cents. They're grade 5 supposedly. I doubt it though. And like I said, you could probably buy them for less than $1. Well, if you go to say 6 inches or 7 inches, 5 to 7 inches, which is what you need, you're probably going to pay anywhere from $5 to $10 a bolt. Big difference, right? So, and guess what? Somebody pointed out this is the holes in here are at like an angle. It's about a 22.5 degree angle. It's like half of a 45, maybe a little less. It might even be like 15 or 20. But the problem is trying to get a bolt in there is, a little not easy when you're trying to put it through this. So what I bought from Grainger was 3 feet or meter of 160,000 PSI carbon steel rod. This is much better than this stuff, I think. And I cut it in, I found out you could put 7 inches into this. You can use 7 inches on these because they're deeper, but these are not for whatever reason, so you have to cut these down to like 5.5 or less. So I cut these to about a little less than 6 inches, like 5 3/4, 5.5. And these are around 6.5. But they're both attached to the body. So these things are like super strong. Well, so what you do is you put these down in the hole, right? That's right here. And then I would put a washer under here just so you're secure because this is only plastic. So put the rod, you screw the rod in, put a washer down, put this on. It's easy, it just slides right in. I kid you not. If you put both of these rods on each side, this thing slides right on. You can take it on and off in like a minute. And then you just put a lock washer, which I did, and a nut. And that's it. You're done. Close it up and boom. You could take these on and off in 5 minutes. I kid you not, I'm not exaggerating. And you just turn the thread rod out, Or if you wanted to attach something else, like a different kind of rack, easy peasy. Much easier than what they had in mind in the first place. So I would recommend anybody who's going to install these, buy this. Like I said, this is rated to 160,000 PSI, which is better than most grade 5. You know, it's somewhere between grade 5 and grade 8, which is a little odd, but you know, thread rod can be like that. It's not always like, you know, exactly grade 5 or grade 8. And the these are metric, these bolts. These are, you know, 6 M6. That's what the size is in there. So M6 coarse thread, I think they believe they consider it. And so that's what they sell. Grainger sells this for, like, I think 15. I got it $15 from Grainger. And Grainger delivered that in like 3 days. And that's about it. And this cost me $60, and this cost me $15. So you do the math. It's under $80. And okay, now look, here, let me move this. Let me close this back up. See, this hat thing just closes. You turn the key. That way. Well, I don't know why they give you 8 keys. It's a little insane, but they do. They give you 8 keys. One for each. And also, this is another thing. Oh, I wanted to point out about this. These are directional. The fat part goes in the front. You know, try doing it the other way. I wasn't thinking about it, and so when I was testing them, one day I had them backwards. I had one backwards, and I was like, "What is that noise?" It was the wind noise. I was like, "Wow, it's loud." I was like, "Oh, I must have put it backwards." So I said, "Well, let me see how it sounds like with both of them facing that way." Because, you know, I thought, I mean, it probably should have made sense that the fat parts in the front and the skinny parts in the back. But what made me think is that they should face the other way is the keyholes. Why would you want the keyholes facing towards the front? What, so you could see them? No. You don't want crap getting in there. So I don't know why they, you know, sand and stuff, and I don't know why they did that. That seems not very smart. But you can't turn them around, because if you do, you will sound like a Mack truck at 90 miles an hour. I kid you not. Even at like 50 or 60. At 80, it becomes unbearable. So, yeah, it's crazy. So anyway, yeah, that's basically it. As far as the nuts, you can use the nuts they gave you. They're supposedly grade 5. I mean, or you can get better. I got some grade 8s. I haven't used them yet because I test fitted this, but I was going to put them on. They're the lock style ones. But you can use the regular ones as long as it's a lock nut, the lock washer. That's really it. And then, like I said, look, you know, here's a shot of them installed, you know, in the car. That looks totally factory. There's none of that nonsense hanging down like those metal straps that hook in here. You know, you need, because people think that's stronger or whatever. Well, let me tell you, this like this is just as strong. You could probably put 300 pounds on that. No problem. You know, well, I don't know how strong the rack is because it's only aluminum, but the mounting would support more than 300 pounds like that. And like I said, it looks totally factory. And that's it. Done in one take. I didn't want to do this, I didn't really want to edit this, but I wanted to do this right. So I did it one time, and let me redo it. So, and they said they look pretty good. And like I said, for $80, you can't beat it. Tools run for like $400 or $500, and then if you don't get them installed, they could run $700, $800, maybe $900. I've seen other styles that all have that stupid bracket here. This is the only one that looks factory. Like I said, it looks better than some tool racks. So if you're wondering about these, some people, these are a pain. The big pain is you got to replace the threaded rod. I mean, you got to replace the bolts with the threaded rod, and that's it. And be all set. And like I said, the price is amazing. So, and that's it. I'm done. Enjoy. Thanks for watching.